Yo, what's good? I'm here with a friend and student of mine in Setters Academy, the coaching company we run. And today we're in London real quick, sponsored by Canary Wharf's free rooftop. No, joking. But we're going to be running a student interview, basically going through a couple questions, figuring out your situation, and kind of looking at your journey. So maybe a few people can get inspired by this. And yeah, do you want to start off by kind of introducing yourself?
So my name's Jolyon. I'm 19 years old. Currently in uni right now, doing my second year in September. I'm doing engineering, and I started setting in mid June, and it's currently start of August right now. And I've been on and off for about a month now.
Sorry. So how long did you train for?
Officially 4 days, so it's more like a week.
Okay, so
Yeah.
a week of training. You trained for a week, basically, and then got on an offer for a month. This is your first full month
Yeah.
setting. You want to start off with how much you made?
In the first full month, I made in dollars 3,463,
63.
something like that.
That's it? Not even 64?
And
Bro. Okay, so like 3 point 3.4, something like
yeah,
that. 3.4,
3.5.
3.5. Let's round up. 3.5 in the first month, training for a week. And now you're at a point where you're probably going to scale, transition,
Yeah.
and then obviously do something bigger than setting. What were you kind of doing before you joined?
So pretty much before,
Mm-hmm.
in all honesty, I wasn't really doing anything.
That's fair.
I was pretty much unemployed. And last summer, I was working at a bubble tea shop.
No, that's
Then
fire.
the year before, I was working at Kumon. Do you know what Kumon is?
No.
It's a tuition center. You just sit there and tick like 1+1 across it if they get it wrong. So I just would sit there for hours, just like
Wow.
marking work, and I'd get minimum wage. Both jobs were minimum wage. So
How much were you making with them? Were you full time or just part time?
part time, like twice a week. So I'd make like
Oh yeah,
£50 a week.
that's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
put me on that. That's
yeah.
so. Okay, so you worked like proper jobs before, and
Yeah.
then you went into uni. Now you're still in uni and you're doing this as well. How do you find that?
Well, I haven't like fully gone into uni doing
Yeah.
this because obviously it's summer right now. So I haven't found a balance yet. But the plan is right now is to pretty much figure out how I can best manage my time. So when I do get into uni, I'm not overwhelmed. I can, be able to balance it because I know guys that are in uni right now, obviously, that are able to balance it. So it's very doable just with the right, approach.
Yeah. So what I typically like to ask people that hop on is like, when did things start to click for you? But obviously it clicked pretty quick for you. And I think another question is like, what exact moment did it kind of feel real, if it has felt real yet? Because I know like you're not in the crazy position where you're making like 30, 40, 50 a month yet, but it's like you're still doing quite well in
Yeah.
retrospect.
Honestly, I wouldn't even say I've got to that point of feeling real yet because I remember in around like February, I had a friend that basically got me into this, and he told me that he made around like what I made this month. And when he told me that, I was like, "What the hell? That's crazy! Like that money is like insane." And I've just made it this month, and it literally doesn't like register. Not because it's like not a decent amount of money, just because I've realized it doesn't really affect my life as much as I thought it would. Like I still live the same life as I would have without it.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't think that like registering has happened for me yet.
But it's also because you're surrounded by people that are doing
Yeah,
quite well. Like your friend who introduced you to everything, he finished the month at
yeah,
17,000. So it's like
yeah.
it's obviously pretty surreal. And now you're in a position where you're surrounded by people, your standards are naturally higher and you're gonna aim to do more as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's quite funny because we're sat here in an interview talking about how you made three, but it's like
Mm.
in retrospect, it's about the environmental change that happens, the internal
Yeah, for
change.
sure.
Did you have limitations coming into this? Or
Yeah,
did
I
you not
had
really care?
pretty much the start off with I didn't even know what a mental limitation was.
Yeah.
And then I come in, and if you guys don't know, appointment setting is like on the DM, so you don't have to show your face to anyone, you don't have to speak to anyone.
Yeah.
Then it's dialing is pretty much the next step where you call people. You don't show your face, but you call people, and then it's closing where you show your face and everything.
Mm.
And when I got into this, my goal was just to make enough money to like do what I want to do. But I found out about dialing when obviously I got onboarded. And in my head, I thought to myself, like, I'm not doing this because in my head, I was this introvert person. Like, I wouldn't like even fathom myself being able to just confidently talk to someone on the phone. Like, it was just something that didn't register.
Yeah.
But it didn't take like someone telling me this. It just took me being surrounded by like these people on the calls, like talking to people to actually realize, like, no, I can do this. Like, it's very much possible just with practice and learning. So yeah,
Yeah. That's
that's like
fair.
one of the main things I've taken away.
Do you think you've got much self growth since you started? I know it's obviously only been like 5 weeks.
Yeah, I'd say I have. Honestly, like, I know I'm not at the point I want to be, but I've got much more clarity on like what I need to do. how I need to act and stuff like that. I'm not like
With online stuff or in general?
I've learned a lot about like balance and what's important and what's not important, like how seriously you should take things and
Yeah.
what you should like
Spend your
divert
time
your
on.
attention
Yeah,
to as well.
yeah. That's so easy to just like try to fix problems that don't exist yet. That type
Yeah.
of stuff, especially in the online stuff where there's always stuff going on. It's so bipolar. I like how people are just walking by. Like I'm not even gonna clip it out. You guys can see how people are walking by. We got that cool because we find it as weird as anybody else does.
Yeah.
You still find it weird, obviously, when people walk by and you're recording, right? Are you used to recording?
No, this is the
No.
first time I've like done a video in my life.
I'm in the same boat, man. It's so weird. What specific helps? What specific skill kind of helped you? Would you say? Like obviously setting,
In
but
terms of getting better at setting or life.
in general, like in regards to the last while, in regards to the last 37 days.
I honestly think like just the whole like idea of sales has like improved my ability to talk to people because
Mhm.
I said before with my limiting belief mindset of, I'm introverted, I'm not the best at talking to people. I didn't really believe that I'd be able to like what we're having right now. Like if someone told me when I joined I'd be able to like sit down and record an interview with you, I'm like, what? Bro, I must be like crazy rich. This must be in like years
I know.
when I've like
Yeah.
developed that like ego that I can say like I can confidently talk about myself. But yeah, it's happened much faster than I would have thought of.
I mean, I don't know if like you agree, but there's a saying about your desired reality is on the other side of your ability to communicate it. That's like think about job opportunities. If you're really good at communicating with people, you're probably going to get it through nepotism. If you're really good at getting people to like you, you're probably going to be able to land the interview. If you want people, if you have a partner and you have an issue and you're able to articulate it well enough and show through communication skills, you're going to be able to fix that problem.
Yeah.
It's all about communication, but that comes through desire and actually care. So desire obviously being one to learn the skills and care being wanting to actually address it. Off topic, but you agree?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I agree to that extent, yeah.
That's fair. And then we spoke about this a little bit before we started recording, which is kind of ironic because we're recording now and we're not speaking about it. But has much changed since you started making bread?
No, because
Would you even call it bread or would you call it crust?
I'd say I've made crumbs
Crumbs.
because making this much money, I've realized like it's not much money at all.
Yeah.
Because like, what am I going to do with this money? And
Yeah.
it's more the lifestyle change, the trajectory I've been on has changed, and that's the biggest change.
You know what's funny is if you go to any of our competitors, anybody who runs a setting course, not even a coaching company, just a course, you would be their top student. Like genuinely. There might be another community that has one guy who made 4, but you made 3.5 or 3.6. Like you're their top student and you train for a week.
Yeah.
So cooked, bro. Chad is that coachable. I'm joking. What do you think? Straight question to question to question to question to
That's
question.
cool. That's cool.
What do you think the biggest challenge was for you?
Biggest challenge for me was like not getting too into what I was doing,
Over
being too
overindulged.
overindulgent, over attaching yourself to what's going on. Because, like, for example, if something went bad, if I didn't book enough calls that day, if someone didn't close, for like the first few weeks, I get really upset.
Yeah.
It would dictate literally my whole mood. And then that would carry over because then, for example, some calls would be going on when I sleep, and then I wake up and they didn't close, and I'd be upset.
That's
And that
really
would put
mental.
my day on to be a bad day because
Mhm.
then I'd write my schedule for the day in the morning whilst I was upset, and that is going to lead to like a domino effect. Because if you write your schedule when you're upset, you're going to have a shit day.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, from what I've seen, like we have what 30, 40 guys in the group now. I think more. From what I've seen, it's like the worst thing guys can do is just become so overindulged where it absorbs their entire life.
Yeah.
Balance is so important from a business perspective as well. Like you obviously take it lighter on Sundays. You obviously chill with people, chill with your family. I don't know if you go to church or any of that stuff, but on Sundays, if you don't take that day off and you're always working, you start to develop resentment just like you would for anything. If you do something every day, you don't typically love it. Because if you really love it, then you'd probably take breaks and rest,
Yeah.
like powerlifting. If you did powerlifting every single day,
Yeah.
you don't really love it because you're doing more harm than good. If that
Body
kind
would
of
probably explode as well.
exactly,
Definitely.
exactly. Because if you really like it, you would understand recovery is so important, and you do whatever it takes. But if you do it every single day, it's so easy to develop resentment.
Yeah.
It's so easy to burn out from it. I dealt with burnout for a minute too. You obviously haven't gotten it, not yet.
Hopefully, we'll see. I think though, like even with bad things that happen, like burnout and being upset,
There's
with
growth
things,
from
there's
it.
so much growth. If you choose to have growth, you can literally grow so much. And honestly, I'd say it's sometimes good to experience that.
What would
Well,
you
I'd say
say?
always good, honestly.
Yeah,
Unless you're like you're not learning from it and you just keep making the same mistakes.
so that's a mentality issue in
Yeah.
itself. That's just ego. What do you think is the biggest lesson you've learned? Because we talked about challenges.
Hmm. I'm not sure about the biggest lesson learned because honestly, it's just more of a self-confidence thing. Like I can actually, if I want to do something, I can do it.
Mhm.
And just with that simple mindset, like I think it can take you so far. Because if you just simply believe you can do something, you probably end up doing it
Yeah.
one way or another. Like
You
you might
develop the
fail
real
like a number of times, but if you just simply believe you'll do it, you'll end up doing it because you're not going to give up.
you develop the real set you exist in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Or if you could go back and give yourself any advice, what would you say from 40 days ago? Which is crazy. Like, it's so surreal that this is your baseline so quick, whereas a month ago
Yeah.
probably would have been like crazy to think about.
I think um I'd say just to myself, like, just do it. Just trust in yourself.
Mhm.
Literally just do it because I held it off for a long time, but there is that saying like there's no perfect time to start. But honestly, I did think it was the perfect time I started because if I started, for example, whilst I was like in the middle of exams, that because in the middle of exams, that's when I wanted to start. And then
Yeah.
I asked Teddy, who's the guy that is my friend that got me on this, and he was like, "No, don't do that," because I know at the time I would have been like so overwhelmed and I would have like probably hated it. But like I took it at a time like I had my like fun time holiday, I got everything done, and then I started.
Yeah.
So
That's fair. I think, I don't know if you've noticed, but like as setting gets better and business gets better, every other aspect of your life slowly pulls up as well.
yeah,
Has that happened to you?
I'd say I wouldn't honestly say I've like had it long enough to like notice a change because
Mhm.
when I went into this like pretty much starting a new like environment, like I'd gone back home and I'd pretty much started this immediately, so I didn't
Yeah.
really have a comparison.
Your baseline got so high so quick.
Yeah, but
This is just
like
normality, no?
yeah, it just became like normal to me.
I think because a lot of maybe, well, not a lot of people, because your results are actually technically surreal for the first month. A lot of people watching this that are going to be in your shoes, I'm gonna give them the same advice I've given you. It's like being exposed to people that are doing this and you normalize the concept in your head. Like what you talked about earlier, where if you believe you can do something, you're not gonna fail, or you're not gonna like let failure depict your future. But it's also because it's just so unimportant. The only reason we care about failure is ego. But if
Yeah,
you know you want to do something, and even if you fall off or you make a mistake or you have fails, I can't really articulate it that well. You won't care because you realize it's so unimportant to the actual outcome.
yeah,
But the only reason to care about the problems if you don't believe in the actual outcome, if you get what I mean. But the more you normalize it, the more you stay around guys doing better than you, the more it opens up your mind too. You don't get super over absorbed in the now, and you start thinking about long term too. Something me and my team started to do recently was we stopped looking at it from a monthly perspective, and I forced
yeah,
this upon Teddy. I said, we can have a good month, that's cool, but start looking at things from a yearly perspective. Guys that are with hundreds of millions in this industry, or even like only 7 figures, only 7 figures, it's obviously they don't look at it from how did last month, how did this month go. Same way we look at it from a daily spectrum. If you look at it, then you say monthly, then yearly, naturally your progression is going to get better and better
yeah,
too. But you're manipulating your own brain and just subconsciously looking at things from a yearly perspective instead of a monthly. So you start planning from a yearly perspective. Start thinking, what do I want to do in 5 years? What do I want to do it? How do I do it? You set yourself up for success.
yeah.
Now, let's go right into the sauce. What's been your favorite part about the program?
I'd say honestly the favorite part is just like the actual community because
Mhm.
when I joined, like I remember the first group call, as I said before, like my limiting belief of being like introverted. And I remember the first time I said something, I was terrified. I was like, what if I like stutter? What if my like throat isn't clear and I like let out a bro or something?
Yeah.
I was like so like terrified. And then after a few, like literally a few days, I got to know everyone. It was like I actually really enjoy. I have a lot of close friends now
Yeah,
just
that's
as a guy.
crazy, huh?
Like I'm literally thinking of meeting up with some people.
Have you met up with them yet?
Maybe
Uh,
Orion and Oman in Southampton, but
have you met up with anybody yet?
I've met with the people that were at the cafe.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
That was like I wasn't even part of that, and
Yeah,
that
you
was just
weren't even
happening,
there.
and I was like, "That's so sick!" Like I got
Yeah,
FOMO, but it's so sick. We were on voice chat one of the nights for like 8 hours last week, which is crazy.
yeah,
Me and a couple other guys were just sat there watching Togi videos and stuff. I was like, we're all in the trenches together. Just
yeah,
gonna make it out. It's so funny. We've had a lot of guys join recently actually, and they say it's like community is the main thing. Well,
yeah,
obviously there's offers, there's calls, whatever, but community is a big thing they care about just
yeah,
because it's so sick. It makes it less lonely. Imagine doing all of this alone.
yeah, yeah.
Could be
Because
treacherous.
it's just like context as well. Because like if you see other people doing well, it becomes so much more real. And if you
Hmm.
like you're friends with them, then that's even more real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's why the main thing we get people to do initially when they join is just rip networking calls with everyone.
yeah.
How many did you do when you joined?
I did whatever the like minimum goal was with actual calls. But I
Oh,
messaged like hella
we
people.
must have told you to do like 5
Yeah, I
minimum.
think I did like 5.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
yeah.
Okay, what's next for you now?
Next is in terms of like info, I'm trying to start doing dialing. I've had just one call, and it was just some random guy called, and then managed to book him in somehow.
That's fire.
He was
So
like the driest guy ever. He like had no like tone to voice anything, but I somehow managed to convince him to book a call.
that's so
And then
funny.
when I get back home, I'm gonna like hop on every night and try to get like a few people literally just to pick up as
Yeah.
like the goal, because for the most part, not many people pick up when we call them.
Are you joining Seb's SDR calls twice a week?
Yeah,
How long have you been joining for?
maybe like 2-3 weeks. I haven't been.
That's fire though.
Yeah,
Like think about how on it you are.
yeah. Maybe I think the first week I joined, I didn't really pay attention because that was when I was so overindulged in what I was doing.
Yeah.
That, like I was literally setting whilst I was on the call, which is not that good because
No.
you're getting no benefit from both things you're doing. You're doing both of them rubbish, so might as
Yeah.
well just leave one and focus on the other.
Well, that's fire. You literally joined, and then a week into training, a couple of days to a week of training on an offer, and then a week into the offer, you were already planning for the future. Obviously, you need to be careful how you do that.
Yeah.
But like you said, you weren't super overindulged because you're focused on other things. So many people, you know, most people in your position would just stay where you are and not do anything to progress or try offer stack and then make a bit of money, stress out, burn out, and just fall off.
Yeah.
Like it's such a fragile position because you do it right, you could be making 50K per month in the next few months. If you don't do it right, you could stagnate a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you have a lot of good guidance and people around you. And you're going to be chilling with me for too long for you to fail. Now let's hit you with the saucy question. For the people that are on edge, that are watching this, whether they have been thinking about joining, whether they're thinking about doing appointments at it, whether they're already doing it and they just can't really get to where you're at. I'd say like 80% of people, I'd say 90% of people doing setting have never gotten to where you've been. What would you say to those people on edge about joining?
I'd honestly say like think about why you want to do this as the first thing, like not and like detach it from the money. Obviously, if you want to do something important with the money,
Yeah.
that's the reason, but detach yourself from the money, like regardless of the money, why do you want to do this? And if that reason, like you think that reason is like you tell that reason to yourself and you have a feeling in your like body, like a reaction, like you should definitely do something about it. So that's the main like thing I'd say.
Yeah. If it matters enough to you, you should
Yeah.
do it. Okay. I like it. I appreciate it. This is the first of many interviews we're going to do together. I'm sure we'll have many more. Let's go get a steak. Let's rip it. Anything you want to say before we head out?
Join Setters Academy.
Join Setters Academy or what?
Please,
Please, but we have bills to pay. Come on, Gary. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.